Before I begin, I ask that you read the description of my recording and make certain it is what you want to hear. This recording begins a series that involves heavy addiction and potentially real control. If you're looking for light fun, consider some other form of hypnosis. That said, since you're still listening, it's clear you've chosen to listen. You've chosen to let go. We both know how much you enjoy that feeling, so listen and relax, and just allow yourself to focus on my words. At this point, notice something simple. As you listen to my voice, and you hear the words I speak, you find that finding focus is a relaxing thing. Simply listen, find focus, relax, and listen. So while you listen, you find you've found your focus. And as you focus, you feel your feelings fall. And as you relax, you really find your focus is full and feels as though you've found something new to hear. So while you focus, and while you listen, and while you hear my words, and while you hear my voice, you find your focus follows every full phrase I formulate. And the more you focus, and the more you relax, the more you feel my full phrases fill your focus until it's full. That felt fun, didn't it? While you listen and focus and hear my words and follow my words and focus on them, you find you grow relaxed, don't you? So while you listen, you find you've found your focus. And as you focus, you feel your feelings fall. And as you relax, you really find your focus is full and feels as though you found something new to hear. So while you focus, and while you listen, and while you listen to my words, and while you feel my voice, you find your focus follows every full phrase I formulate. And the more you focus, and the more you relax, the more you feel my full phrases fill your focus until it's full. I think you do think that feels fun. Don't you think so? I'm going to tell you that 4 times now. I'm going to tell you to follow and feel and focus 4 times. So while you listen, you find you've felt your focus, and as you focus, you feel your feelings fall. And as you relax, you really find your focus is full and feels as though you found something new to hear. So while you focus, and while you listen, and while you hear my words, and while you feel my voice, you find your focus follows every full phrase I formulate. And the more you focus, and the more you relax, the more you feel my full phrases, you'll feel your focus grows full. Well, now I want you to take the focus you found from following my phrases and fit that focus on one little thing. I would like you to begin to picture a small string of yarn in your mind. Simply focus your mind and let's create a little picture of the string while you relax and listen to me. Eventually, I will help you develop the image. But for now, while you listen, you find you found your focus. And as you focus, you feel your feelings fall. And as you relax, you really find your focus is full and feels as though you found something new to hear. So while you focus and while you listen, And while you hear my words, and while you feel my voice, you find your focus follows every full phrase I formulate. The more you focus and the more you relax, the more you feel my full phrases fill your focus until it's full. Remember that string I asked you to picture? Think of it now and focus on it. My string of yarn, the one that you're picturing, is hanging in a vertical line, suspended in air. See the yarn in your mind, floating, suspended in air. The string is simply straight. It's floating carelessly as you picture it. This floating string is fuzzy, too. Right now, in your mind, you have a picture of the string, the yarn string. It's straight, but the more you try to picture it, and the more you focus on it, the fuzzier it feels, and the fuzzier you might feel as you focus. Now the yarn has a color, and my fuzzy piece of yarn that has your focus is blue. I want you to focus on my words and let the fuzzy yarn relax you as I describe the color just a little bit. Some yarns are darker blue, some are lighter blue. My floating piece of yarn is bright blue as the sky, as it floats fuzzy in the air. What I've always found, though, is that as you focus and follow my words, and as you relax and listen, that my fuzzy floating yarn begins to feel heavy. That's something that's absolutely fine. If you were my fuzzy floating yarn right now as I speak, you'd feel a certain weight in your feet, and you'd have a feeling of sinking warmly, but yet you'd still be floating in a nice sky blue color. Do you feel heavy? If you're focusing and following, I want you to know that it's okay to float, and it's okay to feel, and feel as though you're weighted down. Did you know that you can feel floating and feel weighted down at the same time? But for now, I'd just like you to revert your focus to following my voice once more. Do you remember my thread? My thread that's fuzzy and floating? I want you to know something about the string of yarn. And let's make it a secret for just us to know. In fact, I imagine that focusing and following my phrases, you figured out that the string represents you. You are my thread, the one I have floating and fuzzy, and you feel as though you have weight, just like my words have weight. And I want you to realize something. You like being my string of yarn. You like being focused but fuzzy and floating to my voice. Will you realize that you found your focus by following my phrases? If you do realize that, then I think you, my string, have learned something of value. Don't you think so? And so, you feel fantastic right now, don't you? You feel free and full and fortunate you found my file, I'm sure. And so you know that in giving this to you, I've done you a major favor. And so you know, in giving this to you, you feel fully grateful for my fulfilling words. And so you wish to fulfill your feelings, and you know you want to repay that debt if I ever feel the need to ask to have the favor returned. You feel so relaxed, so free, so full, that you feel fulfilling any favor I ask of you would not be enough to reciprocate. In that sense, you'll feel any request I present to you in the future will be fitting for you to fulfill. So you feel good about this feeling, and you feel free about the favor. And it's a good thing, and you should favor the feeling, don't you think? But sometimes it's time for good feelings to come to some sort of an end, and sometimes it's time for you to feel more like you can focus on what's around you. And so I want you to start feeling more and more awake and more relaxed. I want you to feel yourself becoming fully aware of your surroundings. So please wake up and listen again whenever you want that feeling that you owe me.